What are we working so hard for? Do you ever ask yourself that? What am I working so hard for? Is ARR all the meaning of our work? Really? We're an industry of tech and innovation, but are we over-obsessed with the metrics and the unicorn status? Are we stuck in a status quo of how to do business just because it's the way we've always done business? Now, don't get me wrong, I run a business and I get the importance of revenue and profit. But as a founder, I have a fundamental belief that most founders, once they get their business off the ground, once they can pay the bills, crave more meaning and more purpose in their business. But all we talk about are valuations and exit strategies. Why aren't we talking about the impact of our businesses beyond the bank balance?
There are loads of exciting movements growing at an inspiring rate, such as B Corp, which is now a household name with over 10,000 companies certified as doing business for good. And 1% for the planet, a commitment that over 5,000 businesses have taken to pledge 1% of their annual sales to environmental organisations. And the Better Business Act, a coalition which is advocating for a change in UK law to better align the long-term interests of people, planet and profit. And within these movements, there are some big, well-known brands who are committed to making their business a force for good. I'm sure many of you in this room wear or know someone who wears Patagonia. They're committed to doing everything with the planet's best interest in mind. And Tony's Chocolonely. No doubt you've seen them in your local shop and you've actually got one on your seats here today as well. They're focused on putting human rights at the centre of an industry that has long exploited vulnerable parts of the world. And Cook, who make amazing frozen meals in a planet-conscious way. They donate a school dinner to children in Malawi for every meal that they sell. All of these companies have sizable revenues, but it's purpose that's truly at their heart.
We are all doing so much cool stuff in our spaces and creating huge platforms. But there's a potential to change the world in so many ways. Are we wasting an opportunity here? What if I told you that making your business more purposeful not only might scratch some deeply human internal itch to want to make the world a better place, but could also help you grow your business? My name's Jonny, and I'm the founder and CEO of Ticket Tailor, and this is my colleague Emily, who's Director of Operations. These are the wonderful people that we get to work with all the time, and at Ticket Tailor, we help event organisers sell tickets online. I've always believed in business as a force for good, but I've often felt uninspired by big tech companies, but found a lot of inspiration in companies like Patagonia and Cook. I want to take you back to 2020, when we were all affected by COVID. You may remember that all events were cancelled, and so it was a terrible time to be in the events industry. We had loss-making months, which, as a bootstrapped, always profitable business, made it a very anxious time. And there was no certainty of when events would come back. But during that time, we realized that our product actually still had a lot of value. Firstly, for event organizers, they were having a terrible time. They couldn't run events. Their events were cancelled. But some of them could take their events online. So we decided to go free for online events for the whole of 2020. And then you may also remember that during that time, one of the first things that opened up were religious congregations. And these were no doubt so important for communities and a lifeline for some. And when they opened up, they were facing new challenges like social distancing, contact tracing, and capacity management. And we realized our platform would be perfect for helping them do this. So we opened up our platform for religious congregations, and we had over 500 churches, mosques, and other religious communities using our platform over the COVID period. And then also, there was a need for communities for high-demand registration systems for vaccines. And so we opened up our platform for vaccine registrations as well. And then in 2021, events started to come back, and so did our revenue. What a relief. You can see our revenue really, this is the seasonality of events, but we had events came back and revenue came back for us as well. And so it's a huge relief. We knew we could pay the bills. We knew we were back in business. But I remember that the moment that I lost motivation and I lost interest. It was around June 2021, and I was looking at this dashboard in our office. And I asked myself, what am I working so hard for? What's it all for? We just had this year of incredible purpose and meaning, but it was anxious from a financial time. And now coming into a year where the money was back and financially we were safe, but from a meaning and purpose perspective, it didn't feel very good. I wanted to embrace growth and all the positives that it brings, but I also did not want to ignore the negatives, and I didn't feel like we were doing enough. I was jealous of companies like Patagonia, who had so much meaning and purpose built into their business. And I felt like we had that to some extent during COVID. That was when we took a very deliberate step to inject purpose into our business model and came up with our new business model called Growth on Purpose.
As Jonny's mentioned, we're a SaaS ticketing platform. Our core business does not in itself directly solve a big problem for the world. But our model of growth on purpose means that we've baked the idea of business for good into our strategy so that every ticket sold on our platform makes an impact on both people and planet. But what does that look like in practice? Well, for the people pillar, it means we put our customers and our team at the heart of everything. We see the value that our customers create. Events are so important in bringing people together, but with revenue-focused glasses, it could be easy to underserve those who actually need it the most, such as charities or local PTA school events. So we're committed to having the lowest fees on the market. We offer a 50% discount for charities and for B Corps, and we give 24/7 customer support to all of our customers, even if they don't pay us a penny. And for our team, it means a flexible working setup, a healthy work-life balance, policies to support families and well-being, and a fair profit share where we distribute 15% of our profits every year to our team, regardless of their role level. And for the planet, we donate a penny for every ticket sold on our platform to charity partners who are directly addressing the climate emergency. That might not sound like a lot, but it quickly adds up. And to date, we've donated over $750,000. We also take responsibility for any negative impact we make in the running of our business by making sure that we track our carbon footprint every year, setting reduction goals and offsetting anything that we can't reduce by investing in high-quality offsets such as biochar. And all of this is held to account by us being a certified B Corp, meaning we meet their high criteria of being a business for good. And one of the responsibilities of being a B Corp is to publish an annual impact report where we get to outline all the cool stuff we've done in the year, set out any expectations for the year to come, and reflect on any areas where we fell short.
So it's been 5 years since that time in COVID. Let's look at the results and how things have gone. So let's first look at ARR. And since 2020, our business has grown 8 times. And this year, we're going to hit around $12 million ARR. But of course, that is not the full picture. Let's look at some other metrics. So firstly, our NPS. Our NPS is at 70, so our customers are really happy. Our employer NPS is at 84, so our team are really happy. And as Emily mentioned, we've donated over $750,000 to our charity partners. And these, of course, have some direct impact on our growth, right? So 70 NPS, our customers are very happy. It's unsurprising that word of mouth is one of our biggest growth channels, and our churn is very low. And our employer NPS being at 84, our team are very happy, motivated, aligned, and our team churn is very low as well. This helps with growth. But what's really interesting is how purpose helps indirectly with growth. So firstly, customers often choose us because of our values, that our values align with their values and they choose us. And we've become the leading platform for B Corps and purpose-driven organizations for selling tickets. Also, hiring has become a lot easier because we can talk about all the cool stuff we're doing from a purpose perspective. And this is important to people. No candidate who comes in for an interview can leave the building without one of our beautiful impact reports for them to read on the train home to see the breadth and the authenticity of all the cool stuff that we do. And our Penny for the Planet scheme, where we donate a penny for every ticket sold to our charity partners, makes our growth feel more meaningful. We know that if we sell more tickets, we donate more to charity, and that helps motivate us to want to grow as well. And then, of course, the profit share gives the team a decent reward for the growth that they've created. And that's obviously motivational as well. So these are indirectly helping us grow. But what's also really cool is that these engines are amplified by growth as well. The more tickets we sell, the more impact we have. The more we donate to charity, the more that goes into the profit share. The more we can do to keep our fees low and continue to offer 24/7 customer support. We are in a flywheel of positive impact, and growth only makes it spin faster. From a business perspective, it's incredibly defensible. And from a personal perspective, it's incredibly motivational, and it's what I'm working so hard for.
And this might be one of our most heartwarming moments on our Growth on Purpose journey to date. I'd like to introduce you all to Ticket and Tailor, 2 hardworking pigs who live down in Somerset on the site of one of our charity partners. They play a key role in restoring pre-farmed land by churning up soil and allowing the environment to rewild naturally. But more than that, they represent the ethos of growth on purpose. They were purchased using Ticket Tailor donations and are one of the most tangible and very adorable examples of the impact that our growth can have. Not only do they have a meaningful impact for the planet, but they also bring our team a lot of joy just by being named after us and by seeing updates of how they're doing on a regular basis.
So you can have it all: purpose, profit, and pigs, if that's what you're into. Your business can be high growth and change the world. Change the world in any way you want. How cool is that? I think that's so cool. Figuring out how to balance purpose and profit and making it work cohesively with your business, we know it's hard, but we also know that it's incredibly rewarding and very complementary to a growing business. There's so much business advice out there, but there's a huge shortage of it around purpose-driven businesses. We don't have all the answers, and we're only just getting started. But that's why we're here at SaaStock, sponsoring as the SaaS for Good sponsor. We want to amplify the conversation about business as a force for good, particularly in the SaaS space.
So consider, what exactly is it that we're all working so hard for? Does it truly get you out of bed in the morning, or could you be making an even greater impact? We'd love to chat to anyone today who's had even the slightest bit of interest in what we've been talking about. So stick around for our panel where you can hear from our MD George and some other SaaS companies who are on their growth on purpose journey. Or come and say hi at our stand over there where you can have a chat with any of us and grab one of our impact reports or a bar of chocolate if you didn't catch one today. And if you can't make that, then join the mailing list at saasforgood.org. Thank you all so much for listening.